So what's going on, y'all? I just wanted to kind of take a step back and talk about something real today. I wanted to talk about the struggle. So there might be somebody watching this that saw the thumbnail or saw the title and is kind of confused about how struggle can be good. You're probably going through something that's bogging you down, that's weighing you down, and you don't know where to turn to. So in this video, I want to unveil to you 5 reasons why struggle is good and why it's actually essential for growth, whether you're an entrepreneur, a business owner, or an individual. First I want to kind of go a little bit deep into why I'm making this video. For me, I've been through a lot myself. I've been through some ups and downs in my personal life. At the time I'm making this video, I'm only 26 years old, but I've had my fair share of struggles. If you watch my first video that I ever created on YouTube, it's called My Journey. And basically it talks about how my family was able to come here from the US when I was 2 years old and what we went through and what I went through and going through the process of getting to where I am now today. And as I look back and start to think about all the lessons I've learned through that struggle and through those experiences I've had, it makes me to really realize that if not for all those things, if not for the struggles, the turmoil, the hard times, and the times where, I wanted to quit, I would not appreciate where I am today. And honestly, I would not be where I am today. And so someone who's going through it in the moment, it's a little tougher to really understand that. So I just kind of wanted to make this video to put it in perspective for you so you can understand that right on the other side of what you're going through right now, the struggle that you're going through, whether it's in your business, whether it's in your personal life, whether it's in your relationship, whether it's in your job, right on the other side of that is actually everything that you're looking for. And if you stick it out for just long enough, you're going to see that other side. So number one, let's be honest here. Like, struggle is not easy. It's something that is one of the most uncomfortable things to kind of shake. It puts you in a weird mind state. You start to become confused. You start to not know where you're going directionally. And you start to doubt a lot of the things that got you to the particular point where you're at right now. But here's the reason why. Inner growth does not occur without some type of resistance. And that resistance can be struggle. Your goals, dreams, and all those things that you want are intertwined with struggle, because to get to the next step, to get to the 2.0 version of yourself, you have to go through those things and prepare yourself for that next step. And that in between is uncomfortable sometimes. So by accepting the inevitable, which is struggle, and also hardships that you're going to face along the way, you appreciate your goal for what it is and actually confirm the fact that it's real. It's literally all a part of the process, and you cannot remove that from the equation. If we don't go through the things to become the person that we want to be, how are we going to get to the places that we're trying to be? And again, I understand that while you're going through it, it's tough to see, it's tough to understand, but you have to just shift the perspective a bit so that things will start to make sense and you can go through it gracefully and actually learn what you need to learn from it. Because struggling is one thing, but if you make the decisions that keep you in the same place that you were in for the struggle, then what's it worth? Number 2, struggle actually teaches you to be creative. It teaches you how to be nimble. It teaches you how to pivot. And those things in life are so vital, especially if you're trying to build something. It also teaches you how to prioritize certain things. And struggle actually forces you to reinvent your approach to certain problems, because you literally have to. Like, you can't do things the same way because nothing else you've tried has worked yet. So that struggle and that uncomfortable phase makes you explore new ways of doing things. So what you need to do in those situations is just be bold and confident within yourself, knowing that once you get into that situation, you are going to figure something out. When I took the entrepreneurial leap, I struggled for months. Literally, there were months that I didn't know how we were going to pay payroll. I didn't know how I was going to pay my rent. I had to use some credit cards and pay them off later. I had to do a lot of things just to pivot through those times. But because I was in and around the fire, I was able to learn how to put it out with what I had around me. You understand what I'm saying? And that leads me to my next point. Number 4, struggle teaches you how to be more resourceful, how to work with what you have. Success is not about just the resources, right? We have so many things at our fingertips. We have information more than ever before. Success is actually about how resourceful you are with what you have. it's actually a blessing in disguise because it teaches you how to break the old you and mold you into the person that you're going to be. Like I said, you 2.0 or 3.0. You want to break those old patterns, the old way of living, the old mindsets, the old things that were holding you back so you can rediscover and reimagine your life and the person that you want to be in the future. So struggle is a teacher. It's a cruel teacher, but it's a good one. Struggle helps you build character. It makes you stronger and it enables you to grow in all aspects of your life. No one wakes up in the morning like, man, you know what I want to do today? I want to struggle. I want to go through some stuff. Like nobody does that. But when it does come, people look back and say, dang, man, I learned a lot. I learned a lot going through that. So I'm going to tell you guys a story about one of my biggest struggles. Is when I was going from the 8th grade to the 9th grade and I was trying to figure out my life just as a kid. I was trying to just rediscover myself. And I wasn't happy with who I was at the time. I was on the chubbier side. I was very unathletic, and who I wanted to be was an athlete, and someone who was, at least just a little bit cooler. And I think all of us had that longing, as kids, just to be, accepted. And so the biggest problem for me then was that I knew the person that I was at that moment was a lot different than the person that I wanted to be. And I didn't necessarily know how to bridge that gap. I didn't know what to do to become that person. There wasn't any courses that I could have bought on it. And hell, I wouldn't have had the money to buy it anyway. And I always say this, with struggle actually comes discovery. When you're uncomfortable, you start looking, you start kind of searching for things. And the things that you discover are usually the things you end up implementing to change whatever situation that you're in. And so for me, I realized that I had to do a number of things. I realized that I had to, number one, I had to stop eating so much. Number two, I had to find time to exercise every single day. Number three, I had to sharpen my skill at basketball because that was the sport I desired to play. Number four, I had to change schools because the person I wanted to be didn't go to the high school that I was about to go to. And then lastly, I realized that I had to start now if I was going to have any chance or any shot at becoming that person. And so that's exactly what I did. I started going outside every single day. My brother helped me out with that. Shout out to John. I appreciate you always for helping me to transform my life. And we went out every single day and ran 4 laps around my neighborhood. So we would run 1 lap, we would run the second lap on our tippy toes just to build some leg strength because basketball is really leg heavy. And then after that, we would go to the basketball courts and he would help train me. We would shoot, we would do all types of vigorous workouts and things of that nature. And we did that every single day from the summer that I got out of middle school to the day I started at my new high school. I realized a few key things at that time that I was going through that I still think about today and that I still utilize today. The first thing is that the person that I was trying to be and the thing on the other side outweighed the daily struggle of getting to that person. Does that make sense? So every day as I was running, as I was jogging, as I was practicing, as I was playing basketball, at first what powered me was the end result. But then it became a habit and I stopped thinking about it so much. And then after that, it became a lifestyle. And I started to evolve very slowly into the person that I wanted to be. And so I ended up going to the school I wanted to go to. I ended up losing about 30 pounds. I ended up getting pretty good at basketball, to where I could shoot. And I ended up making my high school basketball team that year. The other thing that I realized around that time was that the minds that we have are so amazing. I realized that at that young age, we are literally able to do whatever we put our minds to. And it's about setting the goal and figuring out what you want to do. Yes, there will be struggle within that. But if you can train your mind to keep your eyes on the prize and keep your eyes on the goal, then you will get there. And you might actually get there faster than you think. So in conclusion, don't run away from struggle. Run towards it. It's actually going to help you to get to the place that you're going to get. Embrace it. Understand what it is. Understand what time you're in and push forward through it. Lastly, I want to say this quote that resonates with me from Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. She said, "The most beautiful people we know have known defeat. They've known struggle, they've known suffering, they've known loss, and have found their way out of those depths." Who do you know that has known loss, has known struggle, has known defeat, but have found their way out of it? I believe we should all strive to be those types of people, to overcome the things that are trying to overcome us, and charge to become the people who we are supposed to be. I appreciate you all for watching this video. Like I said, I just wanted to pour my heart out and kind of explain some of the things that even I go through sometimes, and just connect with you on a different level to tell you that, hey, yes, there is struggle, but you can shake your way out of it. And I believe in you. Once again, I'm Nate, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.